Writing a novel is like embarking on a grand adventure, filled with twists and turns that you can only imagine. It's exciting, challenging, and filled with endless possibilities that stretch as far as your imagination can take you. But before you set off into the unknown, it's crucial to have a map to guide you, a plan to keep you on course. That's where outlining comes in, serving as your navigational tool through the vast landscape of your story. Think of an outline as the blueprint of your novel, a detailed plan that lays the foundation for your narrative. It helps you structure your story, develop your characters, and stay on track as you write, ensuring that every element falls into place. Without an outline, it's easy to get lost in the weeds, lose sight of your plot, and end up with a messy first draft that lacks coherence. But fear not, aspiring novelist. The process of outlining can be your greatest ally. Outlining doesn't have to be a daunting task. It can be a rewarding and creatively stimulating part of the writing process. In fact, it can be an enjoyable experience, allowing you to explore your story's potential before you even begin writing. There are various outlining techniques available, each catering to different writing styles and preferences, from detailed plot points to loose frameworks. Let's explore some of the most popular and effective methods to help you find the perfect fit for your next masterpiece, ensuring your story is as compelling as it can be. The snowflake method, developed by author Randy Ingermanson, is a fantastic option for writers who prefer a structured and incremental approach. It's called the snowflake method because, just like a snowflake, your story starts small and gradually expands into something intricate and beautiful. The method begins with a single sentence that encapsulates your novel's core idea. This sentence should capture the essence of your story, including the main character, their goal, and the central conflict they face. Once you have your one-sentence summary, you expand it into a paragraph, adding a bit more detail to the plot and characters. From there, you continue to expand each element of your story, creating character sketches, scene lists, and eventually, a detailed chapter outline. Let's say you're writing a fantasy novel about a young woman who discovers she's the heir to a hidden kingdom threatened by an ancient evil. This revelation turns her world upside down, forcing her to confront truths about her past and her destiny that she never imagined. Your one-sentence summary might be, a sheltered young woman must embrace her destiny as a warrior queen to save her ancestral kingdom from a malevolent sorcerer. This sentence captures the essence of her journey, highlighting the transformation she must undergo and the stakes involved. Expanding on this, your paragraph might introduce the woman's initial reluctance, the sorcerer's terrifying powers, and the kingdom's hidden location and unique magic system. You could delve into her internal struggle, the fear and doubt she feels, and the overwhelming responsibility placed upon her shoulders. As you delve deeper, you'd flesh out the woman's training, her allies, the challenges she encounters, and the epic battles that await. Her journey would be filled with moments of triumph and despair, forging her into the leader her kingdom desperately needs. The beauty of the snowflake method is that it allows you to build your story organically, layer by layer. This method helps you to develop your characters, plot, and world in a structured yet flexible manner, ensuring that each element is intricately connected. By starting with a simple idea and gradually adding detail, you ensure that every element of your novel serves the central premise and contributes to a cohesive and satisfying narrative. This approach not only makes the writing process more manageable, but also enriches your story, making it more engaging and immersive for your readers. The three-act structure is a time-tested storytelling framework that has been used in countless novels, plays, and films. It's a simple yet effective way to structure your story into a beginning, middle, and end, ensuring a clear and compelling narrative arc. In the first act, you introduce your characters, setting, and the inciting incident that sets the story in motion. The second act focuses on rising action, building tension and conflict as the protagonist faces obstacles and challenges. Finally, the third act delivers the climax, resolution, and denouement, wrapping up the story and leaving the reader with a sense of closure. Section 5, Act 1. Setting the stage. The first act of your novel is crucial for hooking your reader and setting the stage for the story to unfold. It's where you introduce your protagonist, their world, and the initial conflict that will propel them on their journey. Think of Act 1 as the setup phase. You're laying the groundwork for the rest of the story, establishing the rules of your world, and making the reader care about what happens to your characters. For example, in J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Act 1 introduces us to Harry's miserable life with the Dursleys, his 11th birthday revelation that he's a wizard, and his acceptance into Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. This act establishes Harry's ordinary world, his extraordinary potential, and the magical adventure that awaits. Section 6. Act 2, Rising Action and Building Tension. Act 2 is where the real excitement begins. Your protagonist is fully invested in their journey, facing increasingly difficult challenges and confronting the antagonist's forces. This act is all about raising the stakes, building tension, and keeping the reader on the edge of their seat. Each scene should escalate the conflict, forcing the protagonist to make tough decisions and face the consequences of their actions. In Suzanne Collins's The Hunger Games, Act 2 thrusts Katniss Everdeen into the deadly arena, where she must fight for survival against other tributes and the Capitol's cruel machinations. This act showcases Katniss's resourcefulness, her growing defiance, and the escalating horrors of the games. Section 7, Act 3, Climax, Resolution, and Beyond. This is the part of the story where everything reaches its peak, the moment we've all been waiting for. Act 3 delivers the story's climax, the final confrontation between the protagonist and antagonist where the central conflict comes to a head. This is the ultimate showdown, the decisive battle that determines the fate of the characters and the outcome of the story. This is the moment of truth where everything the reader has invested in comes to a thrilling resolution. The tension that has been building up throughout the story finally breaks, and the true nature of the characters is revealed. After the climax, the falling action ties up loose ends, reveals the consequences of the climax, and offers a sense of closure. This is where the story begins to wind down, and the characters start to deal with the aftermath of the events that have transpired. The denouement, or resolution, provides a glimpse into the characters' lives after the story ends, leaving the reader with a lasting impression. It's a chance to see how the characters have changed and grown, and how the events of the story have impacted their lives. In To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, Act 3 culminates in the trial of Tom Robinson, where Atticus delivers a powerful closing argument and the jury delivers its verdict. This trial is the climax of the story, a pivotal moment that brings all the themes of the novel into sharp focus. The falling action explores the aftermath of the trial, including Bob Yule's attack on Jem and Scout, and Boo Radley's unexpected heroism. These events show the far-reaching consequences of the trial and the deep-seated issues of prejudice and injustice in the community. The denouement offers a poignant reflection on justice, prejudice, and the power of empathy. It leaves the reader with much to ponder, highlighting the enduring relevance of the story's themes and the importance of understanding and compassion in the face of injustice. Section 8. Freeform Mapping, Unleashing Your Creativity. For writers who thrive on flexibility and visual thinking, freeform mapping offers a less structured but equally effective outlining method. It allows you to brainstorm ideas freely, connect them visually, and discover unexpected connections that can enrich your story. Using a whiteboard, a large sheet of paper, or a digital mind mapping tool, start by writing your central idea in the center. Then, branch out with related ideas, characters, plot points, themes, or anything else that comes to mind. Don't censor yourself or worry about order or structure at this stage. The goal is to generate as many ideas as possible and see how they connect. Section 9. Choosing your outlining weapon. The best outlining method for you depends on your writing style, preferences, and the specific project you're working on. If you prefer a structured approach that guides you step by step, the snowflake method or the 3-act structure might be ideal. If you thrive on creative exploration and visual thinking, freeform mapping could be your go-to technique. Experiment with different methods and see what resonates with you. You can even combine elements from different techniques to create a hybrid approach that suits your needs. Remember, outlining is a tool to help you write your novel, not a rigid set of rules. Be flexible, adapt as needed, and most importantly, have fun with it. Section 10. Outlining, your path to a finished manuscript. Outlining might seem like an extra step in the writing process, but it's an investment that pays off in spades. A well-crafted outline provides a roadmap for your novel, helping you stay focused, avoid writer's block, and produce a cohesive and satisfying story. Think of your outline as a safety net. It's there to catch you if you stumble, guide you back to the path if you get lost, and ultimately, help you reach the finish line with a manuscript you're proud of. Section 11. Start outlining your novel today. Now that you know the secrets to effective outlining, it's time to put your knowledge into action. Grab your notebook, open your laptop, or gather your art supplies and start outlining your next novel today. Don't be afraid to experiment, make mistakes, and find the outlining method that works best for you. Remember, the most important thing is to start writing and let your creativity flow. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to get more videos packed with strategies, hints, and tips to guide you on your path to publication and a best-selling author career.